There's a threat in the world today. A threat to our way of living, a threat to our society, and maybe even a threat to our very existence. And what is this threat?
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world.
He is the one.
I am.
I am the ass.
He is.
And we are Black and White Sports.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice.
How am I not the best fighter in the world? You tell me.
Because you're retired?
I mean, I want to see your face when you ask him this question and the way you're going to ask it. Look a man in the eye before you try to kill him or make up something.
He went through my soul.
And I'm not surprised.
Live from the Royal Blue Sports Bar, it's Wednesday night.
Yay.
Gotcha. He is the one.
I am.
I am the ass.
He is.
We are Black and White Sports right here, Royal Blue Sports Bar, 8201 East Washington Street, just east of 465 on the east side of Indianapolis. What's happening, guys? You know it's Wednesday night.
What is goings on?
What is
ass?
happening?
What's happening?
It's cold. It's snowy. It's a little slick on our way home. But you know what? We still are here.
Yes. Like I said, through the rain start, through the sleet.
We're like mailmen. Real rain, sleet,
snails.
Rain, sleet, hail, and snow. No matter what, we're ready to go.
We deliver. So, hey, guys, what do you think about the new background? Like the snow in the background? It looked awesomer,
right.
awesomer.
New word for the one dictionary.
It looked more awesome about 43 minutes ago when the snow was actually falling. That would have been a cool background. But, hey, do you like it? You can see the cars go back behind us. Yeah. See, we are live. See, live stuff going on. It's not a green screen.
No green screen here, folks.
Well, anyway, what's going on, my man? What's going
happening?
on, everybody out there in Black and White Sports land? We appreciate you joining us again for another awesome Wednesday night live sports banter, talk, knowledge, inform, field, time, space, and air, you know, that type of thing.
I caught what you're throwing down. I see what you're saying. I like it. I like it a lot.
Like it a lot. So we got a little bit to talk about today.
Yep.
You know, not so much football. Got a little bit of football.
I do want to talk. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I heard mixed emotions. But there is one thing I do want to talk about in the XFL.
I would like to talk about that. That was some little interesting things going on with that. That was pretty cool. I did watch, I think, 3 of the 4 games. So we had that. We got a little bit of football. Got a lot of basketball.
What's up, Mike?
A little bit of baseball. Since I think pitchers and catchers reported this week.
Yes, they did. I still don't like you, Daniel Wells, because you're a Go Blue, but I love you. I don't like it, but I love you.
So we got that popping off a little bit. So, and we also got All-Star game this weekend. So that ought to be interesting. That'll probably pull a little bit of conversation from us. For one, that there's some new changes. So I'll run down the changes of the actual game. And then we'll talk about some of the participants. And then we want to discuss a little bit how we need to figure out how Giannis needs a – he needs a team president or something, because his
GM.
He is not going to be in the front office of any organization when he is done playing.
No, you can't. Never mind. Yeah. We'll go there here in a minute.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. But before we jump into all of that, we want to let you know that this awesome broadcast is brought to you guys each and every week by John Wayne Buzzard.
Oh, I didn't get there that far.
Yep,
Sorry,
we were winding the tape.
John Wayne
Buzzard. And First Financial Bank off East 96th Street up northern Indianapolis on the cut line between Indianapolis and Carmel. He's on the Indianapolis side.
3535 East 96th Street.
There you go.
John.Buzzard at bankheadfirst.com.
And there you go, some more. Yes, so he is the sole small business loan provider or manager.
He's got the
top
title.
dog.
He's
you
the
know what I
top
mean?
dog.
He's got his own little office with glass.
You know, we only mess with the top dogs.
Top dogs. So, yeah, if you are a small business and you're looking to grow a little bit and you need a little financial backing with a bank, why don't you go holler at our boy John Wayne Buzzard over at First Financial Bank.
And, of course, tell him the boys from BWSPORTS1 sent ya.
And always, we have to throw our awesome shots out to the boys over at Checkers and Wreckers, Howdy and Tommy Boy. Those guys over wrecking the racing scene. So if you are into anything that puts 4 tires or even 2 or 4 imaginary tires on the iRacing scene,
yes,
you need to hop over and check those guys out. It's pretty awesome.
Yes, it is. And right after we go off tonight, 9 o'clock, as always, the Monsters of Dirt.
Chris said he's on right now.
I figured that.
So I see
he's practicing.
I see I see Black and White Sports up in the little icon at the top of the screen, and he's running the dirt track.
I love it.
Go get him, bud. Oh,
yes.
By the way, if you guys didn't know, we are iRacing car owners.
We are. We own 4 in the Checkers and Wreckers Pro Late Model All-Star Series that happens right after we go off on Wednesday nights, 9 o'clock. Go check out the Monsters of Dirt page. SRTV, I believe, is the broadcast. SRTV, Jay Weezy. He's a pretty cool cat, man. You got to. He's in Louisville, so he's not far.
Not far.
Not far at all.
Well, I'm sure I'll be in Louisville several times this summer. So get ready for that. Just one of the quick shout-outs before we really get going some more. Thank you for some more of the viewers who are popping in. My brother-in-law, Alan, who is down in New Mexico, traveling all over the Southwest, doing some working. Like to see him popping in from the other side of the state or country. Nephew Trey, the barber, who is peeked in earlier. My best friend Royce jumped in a little bit ago.
Yep, seen that.
Shoot him out a late 45th birthday from Black and White Sports.
Boy,
So
he's throwing it out there. The big 4-5.
Hey, dude, we don't trip on that
the
stuff.
big 4-5.
Man,
No, because
we were excited to make it to 35.
you know, it happens.
So yeah, we're good on that. Yeah, I think that might be it
for right now.
Right now,
it is.
It is. So, who else do we need to talk about before we talk about the talkabouts of the talking about?
Well, before we go on to talk about, there is one more thing. iRacing Insider on the YouTube channel, BWSPORTS1 YouTube channel. Sean doing some things with Pillerman, I believe. Yes, Pillerman. JP is what I call him. There you go. Check out that on the YouTube channel. We're getting more onto the YouTube scene.
Cool.
And you know what? Before we even go any further, I want to thank each and every one of you fans, followers, friends out there that has gotten us to 3,000 plus strong on the Black and White Wednesday night show.
That's 3 stacks.
Thank you
That's
very much.
3 bands.
We are now over $8 grand.
That's 3-fold.
There you go. Whatever.
That's 8 bands.
That's
8 stacks.
We are strong, 8,000 plus strong on the network. Thank you very much for helping us and supporting us on the way. Don't forget, we do have BWSPORTS1 T-shirts available, $10. Just hit us up on the page, hit one of us up, and we'll sell it to you. We only have, unfortunately, we have small through extra large now because all the bigger sizes have went. They're gone. They're gone. For right now, they're gone. Small through extra large, $10 each. We'll ship it to you.
Yes.
There we go.
If you happen to see me look away time to time throughout the
Pacers
progress,
is on.
we got the Pacers to my right. We got the Butler Bulldogs not anymore to the
No,
front.
they turned into the Pacers. I'm fine with that.
Hey, woman, where'd
fine with
Butler
it.
go? Woman,
Stay focused.
woman, where'd Butler go?
She's making money
Oh,
over there.
I'm going to chop her down.
That ain't very far.
No, not really.
She's almost a midget.
All right, so what's up first, bro? You want to get the football out the way and get that talk out the way, or you want to do baseball, get that out the way?
You know what? I put a blog out just the other day.
You did.
And I want to talk about the UFC for just a minute. We're not going to go into really big.
Talk.
I really want everybody to go check out BWSPORTS1.com and check out the blog because I'm going to talk about it a little bit there. There you go, right there. 34-23, Butler's up right now. 18 minutes left in the second half. John Jones, Dominic Reyes. Hell of a fight. Regardless of the outcome, we witnessed one hell of a fight between these two these challengers, man. John Jones defending
combatants.
Thank you. I always love when the one pulls out from the one-ictionary. The one-ictionary.
The one-inary?
The one-inary. There you go. I was lucky enough to watch all 5 rounds. There was a few of us in the watching this online. And I want you to go read the blog. However, I want to say this.
Say this.
The judges, for one, don't ever let a fight go to the scorecards. That's number 1. For 2, don't ever let the fight go to the scorecards when you're fighting the champion. Number 2. Number 3, the third judge who judged it 49-46, you should be fired. You're an idiot. Get the hell out of here. There is no way either one of them fighters won 4 rounds out of 5. You're a dumbass. Hop on out. Bye-bye. See you later. Bye, Felicia.
So
it was a hell of a fight.
My comment on that is, lady commented on a post earlier this week about gambling when they were talking about the referees and that blown goaltending call with Portland Trailblazers. Said gambling is involved. Well, gambling has always been involved in contact sports. When I talk about contact, I mean boxing, I mean MMA, all of those type of fights. Gambling has always been involved in it.
Every time.
So
just because it's legal to do it now
yeah.
doesn't mean it's the first time that people in Indiana have ever bet on sports.
Right. So I think it's easier to go after the judges for your payments than it is to go for the fighters. Because sometimes you have to really get a fighter on his extreme downside for him to take the dive because of the pride.
Yeah, well, and then that's what everybody was saying with McGregor and Cerrone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Cerrone took a dive. Dude, Donald Cerrone is not going to take a dive for anybody. There's, and I'm not saying every fighter is like this, but I know for 100% fact Donald Cerrone has the heart of a lion. He is not going to shut down just to get paid. He would rather take an ass whooping than take a dive any day of the week. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Right, so.
But going back, I seen Tom Racker, our good buddy Tom Racker over at Checkers and Rackers.
He gets racked a little bit.
He gets rackulating. Let me tell you this.
Wow.
You saw the fight the same time I did. At first, anybody's first instinct is like, wow, how did Reyes not win that fight? Well, let me tell you. And again, go to BWSPORTS1.com and read the blog because I really dive into these analytics. I really go in and look at the stats, and I'm sitting there, literally, I'm not lying to you. Sunday morning, I woke up, I'm like, I'm going to drink my morning coffee, and I'm going to look into this fight. And I'm going to look at the stats. Check the stats out on the blog. If your first reaction was Reyes won that fight hands down, just because ESPN or whoever else puts the little blue and red lines up and says, oh, he's got more strikes. Oh, he did this, he did that. Look again. If you really dive into it and you see John Jones, there's no reason he should not have won that fight after that. For one, you're the champion.
Yeah, you got to beat the champion.
In the famous words of Ric Flair, to be the man, you got to beat the man.
Who was number 1 on my top 10?
We're going to get to there. because I haven't worked on mine yet, and I can't wait for that.
Man, I got stuff right here.
Oh, we can go at it.
It ain't done. I got too many
go at it.
names.
Yeah, right?
I got to cut it down. I got too many damn names. And it got so bad that,
boy. You got 3 lists?
no, I had to start a tag team because, like, I don't want to put Scott Hall over there because I can put him over here.
Oh, Scott. Yeah, I was thinking Scott Steiner. I'm like, no. That dude's
But
a juiced-out roid man.
I would go more with Rick Steiner. I was more of a Rick Steiner fan.
He's the wrestler.
Yeah.
He's the wrestler.
In Michigan.
Anyway, yeah, regardless. Well, they both went to Michigan.
Yeah, but I
Anyway.
want to talk about the other one. But anyway.
John Jones won the fight. You got to beat the champion. You cannot let it go to the judges. You cannot let it go to the scorecards. However, you're a dumbass for picking 49-46. That third judge, get him out of there. I'm done. Move on. Bye-bye. See ya. Back to the show, Damon.
Well, the thing keeps going out. But yeah, booyah, bye. I didn't watch it. For one, I refuse to buy ESPN Plus. I already have too many damn ESPN stuff.
I have Plus, but I'm not spending $65 extra on a fight when it used to be $50. Used to be $40. Come on, guys. You're not even paying the fighters as much as they deserve. Where the hell is the money going? Did I say that out loud? I damn sure did.
Hey, didn't Dana buy him a new
He got him a new razor. He got him a new razor.
So I guess that'll transition into the wrestling thing. I guess we can spend a little bit of time on the wrestling thing before we dive into the basketball. That's a good transition from MMA to wrestling. So last week we got in talking about top 10s and something like that. So we've kind of got to
oh, God.
that is the worst Ultimate Warrior ever.
Oh, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? The macho man.
But we've got down to this discussion. I saw Sean's what he put up.
I did.
Yeah, he made me laugh. He made me laugh.
Is he the one who put the Rock? The Rock, Cold. Somebody put the Rock, Stone Cold, and all that. I'll let you go. I'll let you go. I don't mean to interrupt you.
I don't know. No, you didn't really interrupt me, but there's like so many. Like I got a list. Like I was going to get like work down my top 10, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to run through this top 10 real quick. And then as I'm sitting here going, and I'm
top
looking,
25,
and I'm like,
top 60.
man, I got a lot of names on this list.
It happens.
I'm gonna have to narrow this down.
It happens.
So then it broke out to 2 lists. Now I got a top 10 for singles and a top 10 for tag. And that was the tag team was hard too, bro.
Are we giving the top picks, or are we just kind of talking about it?
I mean, we can talk about it. I don't really have them. I just got the names.
Okay.
I never got to actually make the list. So
well, he did.
and
He
this
literally
is,
pulls a sheet out.
There's a list.
Full.
This is a list, and this is the 16 names that I got it down to for the 10.
Oh, yeah.
The 10 in no order. This is just the names that were just listed.
He's going to the cream of the crop, brother. Oh, yeah.
So I got Macho Man Randy Savage on the list. Well, as a potential top 10 person.
I got you. Go
Stone
through your
Cold.
top 24 right now.
Yeah. Stone Cold, Hulk Hogan, Bret Hart, The Undertaker, Ric Flair, Diamond Dallas Page, The Rock, Kurt Angle, Triple H, The American Dream, Randy Orton, Chris Benoit. Don't think about the end result of Chris Benoit.
Yeah, we're talking about
I'm talking about in-ring only.
I got you.
The cross-face crippler.
I got you.
Rick Steiner and Sting.
I seen. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I seen Buzzard put the Bushwhackers.
Okay,
That's
that's
why I
tag
did
team.
this. I know,
That's
that's
tag team. So
That's why I did that for him.
those are in no particular order.
Okay.
There's not. I don't have it rated as, and that's my order. I mean, not my order. That's
your
my
list.
my narrowed down list to the 10.
I would have to cut some of those.
I mean, obviously they're going to be cut.
No, I mean there's some on there that you mentioned that's like not in my top 10.
Yeah, I mean, I just there's something about and
Is the only reason you put Hogan in there is because what he did for the sport?
Yeah, because Hogan's really not. His name is mentioned because it's Hulk Hogan.
I get you.
But
all right.
I'm going to be truthful. He's probably not going to be in my top 10.
No, I'm with you on that.
I'm with you on that. Not going to be in my top 10. But these are dudes that, regardless if they were good or bad, that I cheered for.
What?
So they're going to all. That's how I wanted to
Why
put
Orton?
Booker in there.
Why Orton?
Hey man, Orton has swag, dog. When you come out and call yourself, and he's third generation, and you come out and call yourself the Legend Killer. How many did he take out though?
He did. He took out a lot. He had a hell of a
Viper.
run.
The Viper was nasty, and the RKO, which is the Stone Cold Stunner, which is the Diamond, which is the
kind
Diamond
of all
Cutter.
put together. Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I can't say that Diamond Dallas Page isn't on there because he did. He had a hell of a run in WCW.
And see, and that's the thing. You are more. I think your list will probably be heavier WWF, WWE.
Not necessarily.
Than mine would, because I'm gonna tell you, mine is gonna be more NWA, WCW heavy than WWF because I was more on that side of things.
Not. Back your bus up, D.
And I mean, and a lot of these guys I was fans of before they jumped. When they knew that
WCW
was
falling.
heading out and they jumped
I mean,
over.
do you expect?
Like Chris Benoit, he didn't get the respect that he deserved in WWE that he did in WCW.
Right. But do you blame them? They saw the outcome. Man,
oh yeah.
Jump.
Yeah.
Jump while you can.
You got to go get that money.
You have in that entertainment world, definitely. I mean, if one's fallen, you got to make sure that you're going to be able to continue on with what you want to do. And there was not many options.
Yeah, the best finishing move for tag team, I do like the outside edge. Yeah, a Dusty Rose. We got a Dusty Rose. Hulk Hogan needs to be at least top 5. Not really. No, because he didn't really do nothing.
Who said that?
Daniel.
That's why I love you, but I don't like you.
Listen, I got his name is mentioned because it's Hulk Hogan. You know, you don't see a lot of wrestling without Hulk Hogan, right?
Woo,
but let's look
leg drop.
But let's look at
Woo.
it. His finishing move
was
a leg drop.
Was dull.
At least Macho Man's elbow came off the top turnbuckle.
Yes. That dude flew.
I mean, it was a leg drop. And all he did was and throw an elbow and kick. Brother. He'll slam. Okay, so he slammed the Giant. Ooh.
I mean, anybody could have done that if the Giant went, okay, here I come. All you got to do is turn. I get it. You got to have strength. And I'm not taking away from the 27-inch pythons or whatever he said all the time. I just was never really a Hogan fan.
Dude, Scott Steiner's peaks looked like Popeyes when he was on the cartoon. He used to squeeze them, and they turned into cannons. That's what Scott Steiner's like, dude, stop the juicing. But anyway, I think the underrated dude on my list that no one really talks about because he never hit the the universe, Sting.
Yes, he did.
I mean, he did, but he didn't.
Very late.
You know what I mean?
He was loyal to the end, and that costed him a lot.
Yeah, it costed him a lot.
It
did. I mean, but see, he had his underlying beef with Triple H.
Well,
so
yeah,
I see why. You know what I mean? But
and his last match, who did he go up against?
Right.
At the biggest stage in wrestling, WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Sting, Triple H. And that was one hell of a match.
Yeah.
But I still liked him when he came back. He said, you know what? Screw this whole thing. I'm done. I'm leaving. And then he comes back looking like Brandon Lee.
Wow.
He did. He came back looking like the Crow. Didn't say anything for like 2 months straight.
Yeah.
Just would show up in the rafters.
Yeah, with
looking
a bat.
like Boomer.
With a bat.
Yeah, with a bat.
Yeah. I'll put go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was always a Sting fan.
Yeah.
I like
Sting.
Fan. I like it when he did that, and I like it when I like the red and black.
I like the old school Sting where he had just a little bit of face paint left.
Oh, well, yeah.
After the old when they said they had epic wrestling matches back then.
Oh, yeah.
There
paint was all
on
off your
TBS.
face.
It was an hour-long wrestling match.
Yeah.
Clash of Champions. It was an hour-long wrestling match.
Yeah.
Wasn't this, they wrestled for 10 minutes. Oh, it was an epic battle.
No, one of the best matches was him and Flair at Starrcade. 97. Yes. Bam! Was it 97? It was 97. No, it was 96.
It was one of them.
It was in the mid-90s.
So many.
Man, that was a hell of a match.
Yeah. Let's see. I got
that. Sean, that was hey yo.
The jackhammer?
No, the crucifix powerbomb. That was hey yo.
Oh, the Razor's Edge?
The Razor's Edge. That was the best one.
The Razor's Edge.
The crucifix powerbomb was
Razor Ramon, Scott Hall.
Yeah. Was it Kevin Nash that did?
Big
was
Sexy,
Diesel?
Diesel. Mm-hmm.
So when we had Shawn McCorkle on the show, you was like, I ain't gonna call him that. I ain't gonna say that.
No.
Now you give Kevin Nash, oh, he's Big Sexy.
The Diesel, Kevin Nash. Well, both of them boys look bad now, but
the jackhammer, I don't know. I mean, that was I really never was a Goldberg fan. I'm not taking anything away from him.
That's funny because I got Bill on here just by the sheer magnitude of how he hit the scene. Like, I remember his first match on the Saturday morning at 11 o'clock.
Dude, that was
you know what I mean?
Shit,
I remember that when it was looked like they was in the locker room.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I remember his first match. So it was like, damn, this dude is kind of big. It's just
really
big. They just throw a big dude in there to make him look good, so they take a dive. Wow.
Yeah, there wasn't no dive.
And then 100 matches later,
beat him. He beat him.
I was like, okay. I'll let you.
Like I said,
I'll let WCW have their version of Stone Cold.
I don't know. I'd say more so. Well, when you look at Goldberg, yeah, it was kind of like Stone Cold, but it really wasn't. Stone Cold didn't do some of the stuff that Goldberg did. Goldberg took it to the extreme.
Right.
I mean, like the jackhammer, the jackhammer,
the jackknife
powerbomb. There you go. Where he holds you straight up, and then flip. Boom.
Yeah.
That looked like it hurt.
I mean, but you know who did it better, though? Because all it was a spine buster. Who had the best spine buster? Arn Anderson.
Yeah.
That's all it was a spine buster. Hey, do I keep throwing them out there or what? Do I keep throwing them out there?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I catch what you're throwing. I see what you're doing.
Trivia. What was Stone Cold Steve Austin's first wrestling name?
Stunning Steve Austin.
Well, trivia to somebody else.
Come up with something else. I'll shut up. My bad.
But
that was a hell of a match right there. Jake the Snake and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Yes, I wanted to put Ricky the Dragon Steamboat on there, but I just couldn't slide him up.
No, Goldberg did have the spear, but he also lifted you up like a suplex, and everybody thought it was a suplex, and then it would he would turn you and slam you.
I mean, it was a little twist, but it was still primitive.
It
was. I mean, I still like I think the best submission hold is a tie between the figure four. And you know what? I got to take that back because there's more. There's more submission holds. You got the figure four. You got the crossface crippler, the crippling, whatever it was called.
Crippler crossface.
Yeah. You had that. You had the sharpshooter.
I was going to say,
and you had the scorpion deathlock. But the scorpion deathlock and the sharpshooter was just.
It was different.
It was a little twist.
No, it was different. It was different.
It was a little twist.
He didn't flip you all the way over. He had you sideways. Sting had you sideways. Like, yeah, motherfucker. All I got to do is break your back. And see, people think it's all fake. And I get the entertainment part.
Mm-hmm.
But if you really realize things in certain moves like that, all you'd really have to do is lay back on their back and it's broke.
This is how you know that the moves that they do are real, even though it's entertainment. Go do it with your buddies in the backyard.
Ask my brother how we liked the basement. Man, we had like a damn near a concrete floor under a Berber carpet with nothing on it. We'd think we were cool. We'd put blankets out. Oh, we're good. You're good, Sean. Come on. Let me slam you. And the salt trucks are out, folks.
So, who else? And I could not leave Bret Hart off.
Yeah.
There's no way I could leave Bret Hart off. So let me run, and then we can figure out a 10 for that later.
But here's a recliner. I like that.
So you got.
Speaking of, you going to the tag teams? Is that what you said?
Jumping over to the tag teams. So Here's a list
Lex
of
Luger. Go on. That's why I don't
Lex
like you.
Luger is not on my list, even though the torture rack was amazing. The narcissist. That's what he was in WWF. The narcissist.
He came over and fought Yokozuna. And
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah,
It
Lex
was
Luger
terrible.
always he had much better career
Did
in
he kill
WCW.
Miss Elizabeth?
Some say
All
he
right.
was in the hotel
All right.
room when she OD'd.
All right.
Oh, yeah, I like me some Miss Elizabeth. Oh, yeah.
All right.
That'll be another list too. But go on to your tag team.
Tag teams. Let's see. Again, no specific order other than
No Pacific.
this specific order, but this name that I am putting up is like Ric Flair was my number one. This is not my number one tag team.
This one?
Regardless, yes.
Okay.
The Road Warriors, the Legion of Doom. That is my number one tag team. And I put the other team on there, but it was the most terrible replica of the Road Warriors that I've ever seen,
Oh,
even though they had so much
Demolition.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was horrible.
The black and silver side of the Legion of Doom.
And they look like they look like white trash. I said it. You can be mad at me all you want to. They didn't look like Sosas, they looked like greasers. Oh, did you like that outsider reference?
Wow.
Yeah. I'll take it.
And you got to put the outsiders on that list, right?
Yeah, so I got the Road Warriors, the Bushwhackers, the Brothers of Destruction.
Ooh.
Even though it wasn't a tag team long.
Ooh.
But they were tough.
Wow.
Yeah, that'd be the Undertaker and Kane.
Yeah.
Then I got
And they come back, too. They came back every so often.
then I got the Rock and Sock.
Oh, come on. Really?
That was just on there just to put him on there because I like the
Rock and Sock connection.
because the Rock was so annoyed.
He'd look at him and be like, dude, what in the hell are you doing?
Then I got the Steiner brothers. Then I got the Rockers.
Oh, yeah.
And got Demolition. Yeah, whatever.
Why did you even put them on?
I didn't because somebody was going to say it.
Nobody was going to
Yeah,
say
I don't know.
Demolition. Nobody.
You had
Nobody.
the New Age Outlaws, Harlem Heat.
Well, yeah. Before or after Sensational Sherry?
No, I'm talking Harlem Heat,
Before.
WCW. Before.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now
Before.
act like I don't know my WCW.
yeah, before King Booker.
Five time.
I'm so mad that Vince made him coon. Got this brother out here spinneroonian. Yeah, I was so mad at Booker. That's why he's not on the top
But he's
10
like
list.
this.
That's why he's not on the top 10 list. I get you. I guarantee you.
He won the King of the Ring. That's why they called himself King Booker.
Yeah.
Though. That was a whole deal.
So we got the Midnight Express
Ooh. Yeah. Yep.
with Jimmy Cornette
Yep.
and the tennis racket.
Yep.
And then I got the Outsiders.
Of course.
Yep, with Scott Hall
Just
and
too sweet.
Kevin Nash. Yep. Then I got the Dudley Boys.
Oh, bring the tables, Devon.
Yeah, buddy.
Bring out the tables.
And then I got the Hart Foundation.
Gotta put them in there.
Can't leave them off. Then I got Edge and Christian.
So the Hardy Boys ain't on there?
No, because I was Edge and Christian.
Wow.
Not a Hardy Boys. Well, Hardy Boys with
Wow.
Lita or Hardy Boys without Lita?
Hardy Boys with Lita.
Yes.
Hardy Boys without
No.
Lita is Edge and Lita.
But honorable mention, the British Bulldogs.
I'll give you that because
Davey
it was
Boy
him
Smith
and it wasn't Owen Hart. It was
No, he was solo, but he was Hart Foundation.
kinda.
I mean, he was a solo artist, but they had their little.
They had a little clique, but they were
Yeah.
all together because they were
Yeah.
all family.
Yeah.
But who was with the Bulldogs?
What was his? Davey Boy Smith.
That's the British Bulldog.
And then who was the other big, huge ass dude?
Help us
Can't
out,
think of his
guys.
name.
I saw somebody put Jimmy Hart. Yeah, there you go.
The
We
Mouth
can do
of the
that.
South.
We can do that.
Yeah.
Edge and Christian was his favorite. You know, you can't take away from Edge and Christian. I mean, they came out.
I got him on the list. Edge and Christian was beast.
They came out with the other guy, I can't remember his name, as the Brood.
Yeah.
And they were part of the Undertaker's minions.
The Brood, the dude
Gargoyle.
with the
Gangrel.
Yeah, with the fangs.
Yes.
Gangrel, yeah.
Gangrel. There you go.
Yeah, the
and he kind
Brood,
of they let him go.
one.
They were like, eh. And then they had Viscera in that little thing. And they're like, eh, we're going.
Yep, that was right around the time where, Triple H ended up marrying Stephanie.
Really?
But it was a skit. But
really?
And then the Undertaker came and stole her.
Yeah. Put her on the crucifix.
And
right?
the higher power.
The Undertaker. Yeah,
the
there
higher
you go.
power.
See, you know what? Honestly, that is by far my least favorite Undertaker was that little era right then.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
I loved when he first came out. Well, not when he first came out. When he first came out as the Undertaker, I should
not
say.
Mean Mark.
Right.
And the Heart Punch.
You need to look that up if you don't know what the hell we're talking about, because we do know our wrestling, folks. When he came out with those, was it purple or gray?
The gray. It was kind of
gray
a gray.
It was the gray first.
It was gray with like a purple tint.
Okay, and then he went to the
glove.
purple one.
Yeah.
He pulled that glove. The urn was sitting there, you know.
Ooh, the Killer Bees. Forgot about them.
Killer Bees.
I remember
the
them.
name. Who was it?
I don't remember the names, but I remember them. I remember the name. I wanted to put the Russian Connection on there. Ivan Koloff.
No.
Or no, it wasn't Ivan Koloff. It was Nikita Koloff and his uncle Ivan Koloff.
I seen that. Edge did just come back.
Yes, he did.
So me and Sean, well, the Four Horsemen, obviously, dude. Come on now. Me and Sean went to Raw when it was downtown at Market Square Arena. I believe it was Market Square. I don't think it was Bankers Life yet. I think Market Square Arena was still here. Me and Sean go to that night Raw. That was when The Undertaker came out for the very first time as the American Badass. Dude, he brought the Harley out. And, man, I got a story that I'm not going to tell on air, but Sean knows exactly what I'm talking about. I felt so bad. God love the little kid.
Yeah,
I
Storm and I went to
I still feel bad for that.
Storm and I went to that SmackDown that when The Rock came back.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, finally. I was like, yeah, this hype. We was dope there. We was into it. We had
That's all he said.
Yeah.
That's all he had to say. Finally.
I was like, oh, yeah, we getting it in. Rey Mysterio.
Nope.
No. He's entertaining.
He's entertaining, but he's not.
Entertaining.
And it's not because he's a small guy. I'd rather put Eddie Guerrero over him.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Eddie Guerrero did his thing. Man, yeah, right.
I'm liable to put Chavo.
Yeah, that might be pushing
Hey, man, Chavo was.
That might be pushing it.
Ooh, Chavo.
Don't do that again. Please don't do that again.
I don't know, but, yeah, I think the tag team is going to be a little easier to cut down to 10.
JBL and Farouk. Yes, that was the what was their name?
The Nation of Domination.
There you go, the Nation of Domination.
Because they was with The Rock.
The natural disasters.
Yeah.
Typhoon and earthquake.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah, that was bad. They were just big
I remember
boys.
the Nation is when The Rock was wearing.
It was Rocky Maivia then.
Yeah, he was wearing the
African stuff.
The Gucci stuff.
It was
not
him.
the Gucci, the Versace shirt.
Yeah, there you go. It was
and
him.
Farouk was wearing the little
D'Lo Brown.
D'Lo Brown.
Yep. I don't remember who else was with him, but yeah, that was a hell of a. That was an interesting matchup with JBL and it was Bradshaw and Farouk. Can't remember what they called themselves. It might just be Farouk and Bradshaw.
The APA.
There you go, APA.
Because they were
tearing people up.
Because they were still with what's the name, the Undertaker and them. Remember he was the higher hitman
with it.
Because then they turned into the APA Protection Service when they kept beating up everybody in the back.
Yeah, man, they beat the dog piss out.
Playing poker.
Man, they beat the dog piss out. I wouldn't want to piss one of them off in a dark alley.
Damn.
And then JBL goes into like millionaire march, and I hated that.
There was only one Ted DiBiase.
Money.
Yeah, hey Duke, we mentioned Sting just a bit ago. Steve, the APA Protection Agency.
Daniel Wells was at the first WrestleMania. Right on. Duke Pops,
Wow.
you were good. Sting is the man.
Yeah.
That's Chris's dad.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Yeah. Kind of Hyatt.
Right. Just saying. So, yeah. Finishing moves, that'll be a difficult one.
Man, we might have to just talk about that. We might have to continue this conversation on its own segment because I don't want to take up the whole hour and a half Wednesday night show about wrestling.
Yeah.
I think we just came up with a new segment.
I guess we get to start watching again. It all started because my boy said John Cena was his favorite. He's the best ever. I'm like, you're retarded.
You know nothing.
Yes,
Eli.
I told my 8-year-old boy he was retarded.
Anyway,
so hey,
segue, message.
I
I can't believe you you didn't even put never mind. We'll talk
DX?
about it. Yeah.
I think it was so many of them.
Well, the original was the New Age Outlaws, Triple
Yeah,
H.
if it was
Shawn Michaels,
if
and
we were
X-Pac
going
in
just
China.
I think
China
Shawn Michaels
China got sent around the block.
I think Shawn Michaels and Triple H, they tag team, but I think they were still more singles. I think they were more singles, and hey, let's get together, do some tag team and stuff. I think the real tag team in that group was the New Age Outlaws.
All right, segue. My bad, I screwed you all up.
Gruntworks.
Did you see
Yes.
the picture of the Checkers and Wreckers logo flag that he's doing?
That is amazing.
Wow. You need to check out Gruntworks Custom Woods. This is not just because they're our partner. That dude is doing some amazing work. He stains the wood, he burns the wood, he sculpts the wood, and he did a damn good piece for the boys over at Checkers and
Yeah,
Wreckers.
that thing looks hot.
I can't wait to see ours.
It's posted, so go check it out, man. This is some pretty good stuff. So, yeah, and we got a link for him.
Daniel,
on the page.
if you come anywhere near me and you have Michigan shit on, I will pee on you.
Wow, that is.
I'm still bitter.
Listen, Sean, you are now in the penalty box. You are now in the penalty box.
Well, Kane and X-Pac.
Yes, you are now in the penalty box. You are silent for 32 seconds. But, yeah, that stuff is awesome.
He's doing a damn good. I can't wait to see the black and white sports one.
Yeah.
I can't wait to
good.
We're going to get these here, I would say, within the next week or so, and I cannot wait.
All right, let's jump. XFL. So the XFL
You watched
started.
it.
Yeah.
I didn't. I heard
the
a lot.
XFL started last week. You had 2 games on Saturday, and you have 2 games on Sunday.
And if I'm not wrong, that's 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock, both Saturday and Sunday for the whole season, right?
I think it's something like that. Yeah.
There's set times.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, granted, most people when they heard XFL was coming back out, they had a sour taste about it in their mouth from the last debacle that the XFL tried to put out, where they wanted to market more of a entertainment wrestling style of football, and it obviously bombed heavily.
Yeah.
So they reintroduced the XFL.
You remember the ball, the football itself?
When they're like red,
Oh,
with
it
a
was
big ass
black
X
with,
on
it.
it.
Black with X and red lines, but man, that thing was like, it was just weird.
Yeah.
It was like a smashed football.
Yeah, it was weird. But
Rugby.
That's
what it looked like.
That's a big ass
rugby.
ball.
Yeah, it was like a big but shorter ball.
But so they revamped the idea about 2 years ago.
Yep.
So for 2 years, 600 some odd days, they reformulated the idea of the XFL. They wanted to compete but not compete with the NFL. And I think the best part about it, I said it last week, is that Vince McMahon is really not doing anything but funding. So, and then you went out and got some really top-notch minds to try to come up with a suitable football that passes the time between the NFL and the CFL.
That's the 8:45 mark.
So, the one thing that I did like about the XFL games, they were way more competitive and more football-like than I ever thought that it would have been. They went out and got some really decent names. They got Pep Hamilton, who was a defensive coordinator. No, he's the coach. He was a great defensive coordinator, right? Yeah. And then he's a head coach for I think he's head coach for the DC team.
I think so.
And then you got Bob Stoops, who's coaching over there too. You got some other minds that are up as offensive coordinators and things like that, and they got players. You know what I mean? Cordell Jones is one of the top names that you hear, but I like it as it's like a mid-major professional football league. You know, you got if you get some decent names and you play the game like a game, you play the game and stop trying to make it, entertaining and just play the game, you get a better result. I think the one thing that was kind of weird, it took me a minute to figure out the 1, 2, and 3 point after, the different options you can do from there. That's pretty cool. The one thing that I did really like that I wouldn't be surprised to see the NFL adopt here in the next 2 or 3 years was the kickoff.
That's what I heard the most about.
Yeah,
I agree wholeheartedly that is a damn good setup. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's safe.
No one can leave until he catches the ball.
Right, and they're within 5 yards of each other.
Mm-hmm.
The both lines. And correct me if I'm wrong. If it doesn't get to the 20-yard line on the kickoff, or if it goes into the end zone, it's a touchback, and the team gets it at the opponent's 45-yard line, I believe.
Yeah, I some of those I kind of skipped through because I missed some of it.
I missed our analytics.
Yeah, so. But, for the most part, I rated a good B.
I'm looking forward to checking out the games. I had a lot of stuff going on this weekend. Yeah. I really did want to watch the games.
There were some exciting offensive games, and there were some exciting defensive games. So even though we had a coach already fired.
What?
We had a defensive coordinator already fired.
Really?
Yes.
One game?
One game.
Wow.
One game.
All right.
Yeah.
I still love the concept of the kicking game, man.
Yeah, I like that.
Not putting them in harm's way like we see in the NFL. And I'm not – don't get me wrong. I'm not downgrading the NFL on it. It's just that's a damn good idea.
Yeah, and it wasn't like there was much more kickoff returns for touchdowns. I don't think there was one at all. It wasn't like they were getting like extra yards. They were still coming out at the 20 and 25. So, it seemed like it was a little safer. It seemed like the game flowed a little more. The one thing I do like about it, I'm still trying to get used to it, is the openness, the complete openness of it. Like, you hear the offensive coordinator calling the plays.
Yeah, they're all mic'd up.
Yeah.
Everybody's mic'd up.
And you walk right over to the coach. The quarterback just threw interception. You go right over and stick a microphone in his mouth.
You know what that says? Beat us. We're telling you what we're doing. Beat us. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to hear each other and all that, but that's the entertainment part that Vince McMahon is bringing to the league.
Yeah.
And I have no problem with it.
And it's there are no challenges, but they review everything except pass interference.
Thank God.
Yeah, they review everything, but it's on the booth and the referee's discretion.
I just see somebody I don't remember who it was. Let me try to see this. It was the same size. No. God, I'm sorry. I just saw somebody's choices. No, go on. My bad.
What?
I lost it.
Okay.
I could have sworn I saw somebody's comment and I wanted to say something on it, but I lost the comment and I lost my train of thought. That's what happens, folks, at Royal Blue Sports Bar, 8201 East Washington Street, with the wonderful, beautiful, extravagant Megan behind the bar. Hey, Megan, she's getting a round of applause, folks.
Megan. Woohoo.
Why shouldn't she get a round of applause? That's right, sir. Why shouldn't she? God, what was it? I don't remember what I was going to say.
I don't know. Right. So, and then also you can hear the refs and the booth talking. You can hear the refs talking to each other when they make calls. And then they got a referee who only spots the ball.
Okay.
His job, his only sole job is to spot the ball because they do it to try to make the game faster.
They should.
Yeah, I thought I wouldn't.
Nobody wants to sit at a game for 4 hours or for 5 hours and watch a bunch of penalties. Nobody.
You could call holding on every play in every football game ever. You can call illegal contact on every football game ever.
Because I'm sorry, as a lineman, you're taught.
Mm-hmm.
You keep your hands inside. You damn right. If I got my hands in here blocking you.
But they're not going to call that.
I'm great. No,
they
within the tackle to tackle.
Yeah, they only call it when it's outside, when your hands are outside.
If I'm
outside his
here,
frame.
Yep. But if I got you right here,
yeah, they're not going
you're not going anywhere because I got your shoulder pads on the chest plate. You're not moving.
Yeah, they're not calling that unless he's on the ground and you're holding.
Well, if you tackle him, that's a little obvious, but no.
So yeah,
what's up, Scott?
So for the first weekend of the XFL, I give it, I'll give it a good B. It was entertaining and it kept, the wife paid attention to it, So I didn't turn it on and immediately go find something else to watch.
That's a plus.
Yeah. So I don't think I was watching the hockey game with Ovechkin the other day, but I didn't finish it to see if he got the 700 gold or not.
Okay, I don't know if he did, but speaking of hockey, it was, I want to say the Blues, and I could be totally wrong on this, but the guy on the team passed out. I mean, completely collapsed in the like the bench box, I guess is what you call it or whatever. And immediately, I mean, this guy he's a God. I can't remember his damn name. Why am I losing my train of thought? But he collapsed. I mean, there was no physical altercation. There was no nothing. He just kind of collapsed. And as quick, it's good to see in sports the quickness of the EMTs,
the first responders.
The first responders. They did a hell of a job. They got him in there, and they got him in. They pulled him out, and it was just a sight. I don't know if the guy's okay or not. Honestly, I can't remember the damn name. I didn't look it up, but I did see. I seen a video of you. All of a sudden, you kind of see this guy just fall out of nowhere, and his teammate looks over and he's like, "Hey, come on!" And the other team's saying, "Hey, get over here!" And it was the other team's EMT first responders
medical staff
that got over there first. So that, congratulations to the sports safety features. It's getting there. It should be number one.
Cool.
Anyway, that was a rambling moment for the ass. I'll shut up now.
All right. Hey, you want to give a shout out to Above Printing Concepts?
You damn right, sir. Watch this, folks. We're going to show you where you can get printing done right.
Hey, it's your boy the Ass over at Black and White Sports. Are you looking for a great deal on your next apparel? Check out Above Printing Concepts. With inexpensive printing and embroidery, Above Printing Concepts will make sure your next t-shirt, hat, coffee mug, and all kinds of products will look professional. Contact Above Printing Concepts at 317-439-7792 or check them out online at www.indycustomprint.com. That's 317-439-7792. Above Printing Concepts, the official printer of BW Sports 1.
Well, if you just missed it, folks, which you did, you would have saw the one smack his tooth with his glass. But that's right, folks. Above Printing Concepts, that's where we go to get you the BW Sports 1 apparel. Right there, www.indycustomprint.com.
Cool. All right, let's talk. We got about half hour left, so let's talk some NBA.
Let's do it.
So we have the NBA All-Star festivities this weekend. You got the three-point contest. You got the slam dunk contest.
Is Vince Carter going to be in the slam dunk contest?
No, but Dwight Howard is.
Damn. That means nothing for Vince Carter's last go-round. I really wish I could have seen him again.
I think if Vince had got in, we just saw LeBron for the first time ever.
I'd been fine with that.
I would have too.
I would have been perfectly fine with that because in our day, the top dogs were the ones who were in the thing, man.
We didn't want to see Zach LaVine. We wanted to see Michael Jordan. We wanted to see Kobe. We wanted to see.
You wanted to see the people who would actually get up and do it. Yeah. God, Sean Kemp.
So yeah, you got the dunk contest. You got the 3-point. Who am I? And speaking of D Brown, I was watching NBA TV yesterday, and I just joined a new group on Facebook. The list. The list from NBA. They give you this list that you vote on all week.
He's Facebooking, folks.
Yes. So the list was best dunkers 6'3" and under. Yeah, D Brown was on that list.
How could he not be?
Can you believe they left Iverson off that list?
You don't want to go there with me.
And Steve Smith was mad that they left Iverson off that list.
You know how much of a fan of AI I am.
Yeah, the wife was going to cuss you here in a second.
That's all right. I love you, sis. I still like AI.
So there's a little bit of difference going on this year in the All-Star game. So I guess we'll run down some of those changes.
Yep.
And go over that.
The one thing that stayed the same from last year?
What?
He can't pick a damn team.
Yeah,
we'll get there in a minute.
We'll get over that in a second, too. That's just terrible. So
I wish I had a button with Charles Barkley's word terrible. Now, I'd hit that. I'd
terrible.
hit it a couple times.
I'm sure we could set some of them buttons.
Not on there. Maybe on here. I was over at the paddock for the Sunday show for a little bit. And, man, they got this little box that they have. It's awesome. We need to get one.
Okay.
It's a stream box. It's pretty cool.
We need to get a box. All right, so they've got some changes.
Damn it.
They got some changes to the All-Star game format.
Yep.
Format meaning how the game is played. So they're doing a little different this year. I think what it is the every quarter counts for charity.
Mm-hmm.
A new game ending. And I think the way it works is the first 3 quarters, they start the quarter off at 0-0, and they play the 12 minutes, and whoever has the most points after the 12 minutes, that there's an amount of money that goes to a Chicago-based charity.
Okay.
And they'll do that
the game is in Chicago this year.
Yeah, so they'll do that for the first 3 quarters. So
and you know where it is next year?
So it'll be 3 different games.
Okay.
Relatively speaking.
Okay. I didn't hear this part.
Yeah, so
I heard about the 4th quarter deal,
yeah,
but I didn't hear
it's
the rest.
relatively speaking. So it's 3 different charity games all in one. And the 4th quarter is kind of like how the Big 3 do it.
Okay.
So in the 4th quarter, they get from the leader of whoever has the most points, cumulative.
On point. There she came.
Yeah. the total points, whoever has the most of those 3 quarters, the total points, they'll add. This is the cool part. They'll add 24 points as the target score.
Right.
For the end of the game. So
explain that for me.
So basically what it's saying is, so if you took the first 3 quarters of the All-Star game and it's 100 points to 95 points.
Mm-hmm.
The team with 100, they're going to add, the team with the highest total, they're going to add 24 points.
Yep.
And that's the target.
Yep.
So meaning they'll turn the clock off, and whoever gets to that so that'd be the total target be 124 would be the target. So whoever gets to that first wins the All-Star game.
Yep.
The reason why they came up with the 24-second add-on was Kobe Bryant. That was their All-Star tribute, one of their All-Star tributes to Kobe Bryant's career.
I still think it would have been really cool to see a whole team in 8 and a whole team in 24.
Well, one whole team is in 2. LeBron's team is in 2, his daughter's number.
His daughter. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
So
I can do that.
So
and we never know. Who knows? Maybe we'll see the other team come out with something.
Yeah,
but he sucks as a captain.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
I
So
still said that again.
Yeah. So there is how it breaks down for the changes of the actual All-Star game. Do you think that this will make the All-Star game a little more competitive? Since there is actually a prize that they're paying for, it's not it's like, hey, it's 3 different games. It's kind of challenging the teams to be a little bit more competitive, a little bit more basketball-ish. What? What's funny?
Buzzard.
Oh, I don't like him.
The one Shinari strikes again. I wasn't going to say nothing, John. I was just going to let him roll with it.
But do you think that this format will make it more competitive?
Is there any – the whole charity part is awesome. You take take that part out because that's what you're playing for. Awesome. Take that aside. Is there any okay, so the Major League Baseball, if you win the All-Star team, that's what conference hosts the World Series.
Right.
Is there anything like that in the NBA where there's no real meaning to winning the All-Star game?
No.
I think that would help it. I think if you did something like that, I could maybe not, because if I'm in baseball and I win 110 games and the other team that's coming from the other conference wins 90, I should be hosting because I won 15 more games during the regular season. I get that. Put something in there.
But here's my thinking on it.
It's an All-Star week.
It's an All-Star game. And
I get that.
The basketball All-Star game is treated a little differently. MLB, that All-Star game.
See, this is why I love him. I don't like him, but I love him.
The MLB All-Star game, I think you need to have that because the way the game plays, you don't really get to see the entertainment value in the actual game for baseball like you would for the NBA. Me personally, I don't really want to – I like to see an entertaining All-Star game, but I don't want to see an ultra-competitive All-Star game.
And I get that.
You know what I mean? I want to because if you get into that where you get into the ultra-competitive All-Star games, then you're going to get it down to where you're only going to see 6 players playing.
I don't like the format of people voting on who they should be in the All-Stars. I don't like that.
As in the fans?
Yeah, the fans.
All right.
I don't like that part.
Yeah, because Caruso he plays less than 10 minutes a game, and he was like 3rd leading vote getter in the West.
I don't like that concept at all. When they brought that in, I want to say 5-6 years ago, 7 years ago, something like that, ish. Am I right on that?
What?
When the fans started voting on who the actual All-Stars about 6-7 years ago?
Yeah, something like that.
I didn't like it then. I didn't like it. I don't like it because, it's just about that they're not really All-Stars. Some of them, you have a major problem when you don't have real All-Stars on the team.
Right. And if you think about you're a coach and you got, somebody that you got a 3-game neck-and-neck race with on that team, there's a lot of stuff that I think that can play into that.
You're sitting there coaching the All-Star team, and there's not really coaching in it. Hey, here's the ball. Go play basketball. You guys the All-Stars should be the elite players of the league, not voted in by I'm not taking anything away from anybody. This is just an example. Let's remember when Derrick Rose was in Chicago. Let's say he hadn't had a great year, but Chicago's base is so big that he got voted into the All-Star League.
Alex Caruso.
I'll let you get on that.
Hey, I ain't got no problem with it. I like him. I think he's cool.
But I'm saying, and like you said, Derrick Rose is a hell of a player. However, if you don't deserve to be in the All-Star team, you shouldn't be voted in by fans just because you have a big fan base.
For the most part, for the most part, we get more of who got snubbed than who was actually really on it on the All-Star team. I kind of like the fan vote, but I don't think the fan vote should count as much. I think it should be a 3-part vote.
fans should vote.
No, I think it should be a
If you're gonna
four-part
do
vote.
that, that's fine.
I think it should be a coach's 1/4 coach,
Players.
1/4 player, 1/4 fan, 1/4 press.
Okay, do it that way then.
That's
but
what
at
I
least
think.
you're not leaning on the fans to give you the whole All-Star team.
Right.
And speaking of All-Star teams, Giannis, what in the hell are you doing for the second year in a row? What are you doing? You suck at picking a basketball team out of the names you were given. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did he not have the first pick?
Yes. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Suck.
Hey, bro.
If this was a real game, his team would be buried.
Listen. At the park, they'd have took his pick talent,
Like,
his
yeah,
pick
you're
away
done.
from you. Nah, you can't pick no more.
Nah.
Listen, I don't want to take nothing away from the individuals that's on the team because you accomplished something. You're an all-star. You earned that right. But listen, bruh, you had a pool of players.
Jay Weezy, what's happening, brother?
You had a pool of players that you could have pulled from to,
And who did he pick first?
He picked Joel Embiid first. Bro, I wouldn't have picked first.
Out
I
of
wouldn't
all
have picked
them?
him first.
Out of
you
that
know
list?
you know who I'd have picked first? The same person that Braun picked first.
Not Joel Embiid.
Not Joel Embiid. But so let's
And
get
really
it.
quick, I'm sorry. Butler's game just ended 66-61 over Xavier. They are finally getting maybe back on the roll that they needed to.
Yeah, it happens. You got ups and downs in the season. You're going to lose a couple games.
You are,
It
and then a minute and a half left in the first half.
it's
Indiana
back.
Pacers are up 63-43 up against Milwaukee, but
No
Giannis is hanging with his family because he just had a new son born. Congratulations.
Hey, listen. A win is a win, regardless of who's on the floor or not. Take the win. You needed it. You lost 6 in a row.
Yeah.
You needed it. You got – yes, I know.
How many did you say?
I know.
How many did you say?
6. I mean, you got the one win back with Victor, then you lost 6 in a row. All right, so
Just letting you know, the football guy had the right stat on basketball against the basketball guy.
it happens. So Giannis, this is Giannis's team.
Oh, yeah, brother.
And then don't get me wrong. Okay, well, this is Giannis's team. Giannis, Joel Embiid, Pascal Siakam, who's having a fabulous year, much more than I would have thought that he would got with the departure of Kawhi Leonard.
Correct.
Kemba Walker. These are your starters. Giannis, Joel Embiid, Pascal Siakam, Kemba Walker, which I have no problem with, Trae Young.
No.
So you got 2 point guards starting, and you got 2 centers and a small forward. All right. So
Giannis
your
must be
reserve.
playing the 4.
So your reserves are
It's an ambulance.
Chris Middleton, Bam. Chris Middleton, he's
I
had
get
a
it.
good,
I'm
he's
just
got
come
a-
on. I mean, if we're
Yeah, you
getting ready to
picked your
talk
team.
about Bron's team here in a
Yeah,
minute.
you picked your team. You picked your teammate.
Right.
You picked your teammate.
Right.
Yes, you did. I get it. Y'all got a good chemistry. Maybe he can help you
Right.
get that.
I ain't trying
that-
to mess that chemistry up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna pick
I
you.
know. You got Bam Adebayo. You got Rudy Gobert. You got Kyle Lowry, Brandon Ingram, and Donovan Mitchell. Hey, Donovan Mitchell's a baller.
That's besides the point.
He's a baller.
Let's get to the other side of this.
Kyle Lowry's a baller. Rudy Gobert.
I mean, over some of the others that you could have picked. Come on, man.
All right, so
Now let's get to the real team.
here's LeBron's team. So there's the starting 5. LeBron, AD,
Yeah, he's my
Kawhi
teammate. I'm
Leonard.
gonna pick him. Ooh,
Kawhi Leonard, Luka Doncic,
ooh,
and James Harden.
ooh.
And the reason why
Let's hear this.
Giannis did not, he said it, I got it on Twitter. I saw it. I liked it, retweeted it.
It's on the internet. It must
Yeah.
be true.
He said, I didn't pick James Harden because I want guys to pass the ball. It's an all-star game, bro. But gladly, I bet you he lights it up with James
yeah.
with LeBron. Listen,
yeah.
his starting 5. This is his starting 5. Now, granted, he couldn't have got all of them, but he could have picked at least two of them. Could have picked at least two of them. You got LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Kawhi Leonard, Luka Doncic, and James Harden. That's his starting five.
And who's the rest?
So your reserves are Damian Lillard, Ben Simmons, Jokic, Jason Tatum, Chris Paul,
and your
Russell Westbrook,
boy,
and your boy Domas Sabonis. Hey, an All-Star game is an All-Star game. It's the top 24 players in the world.
But you picked two,
and it looks like the top
two. Top 20's on one team.
Right. Hey, I don't know. Listen, I don't want to take nothing away from any All-Star, but LeBron's team is
waxing that team.
Stacked. His starting five can beat the other team.
None.
You know, we let Giannis do what Giannis do, and we'll just take care of everything else.
All right. There's your All-Star talk, folks. That is happening this weekend, correct?
Yes, that is the All-Star lineup for your, I can't say East and West.
Yeah.
For Team Braun and Team Brow.
And see, now that's why you can't do anything with the All-Star game like you can the Major League Baseball and all that, because they're all mixed together.
Right. I mean, they shook it up a little bit. I like the draft.
I don't know, man.
I like the draft because it makes
Why
it
do you
look
have
like
conferences then?
Because it's not for the All-Star game. The All-Star game is for the fans. The All-Star game
Which used
is
to
really
be the best
nothing.
in the East versus the best in the West.
Right, and you still have the best in the East, and you still have the best in the West.
Do you really?
Yeah, you do.
For the most part.
Yeah, you got the best.
For the most part.
Yeah, you got the best players in the East, and you got the best players in the West. And if they're not on the team and they're the top players, it's because they're probably hurt, Paul George.
What? I agree with that.
You know what I mean? So
you
do have the best 24. You got the best 12 from the East, and you got the best 12 for it. But I like the draft playground type of feel. I'm not real sure about I get the charity thing behind it. I like that, but I don't know about if they play it as 3 games or 3-quarter games. I just have to see it to see how it works.
It's just
12-minute
games,
the draft.
like you're in the gym.
Mm-hmm. I like the draft because these guys play so much ball over the summer together, unlike our stars of the late 80s and the 90s. When they worked out in the summer, they didn't work out with half the league.
No.
You know what I mean? These guys all spend time during the league, during the season, and out of season. So I like the playground feel. You know what I mean? Here's the 24 people. Get your 12, and we run the game.
Pick your damn team better.
Hey, bro, stop picking your buddies.
Man.
That's one thing you learn
That's like
quick.
betting. That's like betting. You bet with your what?
You bet with your mind, not your heart.
Yes.
And I don't bet, and I knew that. But, I mean, that's like you learn that skill early when you play ball at the playground or an open gym.
What would happen, though, if Giannis didn't pick his teammate? How do you think that chemistry would have went back to after the All-Star team?
I guess the only way you can get out of it is if you didn't pick him, if Bron picked him before you did. That's the only way you could have got out of that.
Bron didn't pick him.
No. But, I mean, like I'm saying, I like that feel, that playground feel where, hey, let's ball. Let's go out here and just let's forget the 60,000 people in the crowd. Let's go in the gym and just ball.
The one thing, like I mentioned earlier, that I really would love to see again at the All-Star Weekend is the slam dunk contest being some true dunking all-stars. Bring in your Vince Carter. Bring in LeBron. Bring in these people.
I mean, they can ask them, but unless they want to do it, it doesn't matter.
I know, but why wouldn't you, man? See, I would love to see Vince Carter do it one more time because that dude could win again.
He'd win
He'd
because
go
he's Vince.
Okay.
I mean, I get it. He's still got a, higher vertical than most players. But, you know what I mean?
Let's hang on the rim for my elbow.
Even Vince in-game dunks now aren't the same.
No, they're not the same. But if you give him an out-of-game one,
listen,
you got 3 tries, man. Do what you do.
You haven't reached 40 yet.
Nope.
Vince,
you're old.
Vince and I have.
You're old.
Regardless if you still can,
you don't want to do that.
Doesn't mean it's the right thing to do.
Well, that's like going out on a drinking binge at our age, man. Doesn't mean I can't. But boy, next day is gonna feel like total dog shit.
Yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, I guess I'll push play again.
Nobody said anything bad about Sabonis. I wasn't saying about,
no.
Is she shooting at me or you?
She could be shooting at me. I
You
don't know.
live with her though.
But listen, no one's saying anything bad about any of those players. We just don't think that those players combined are better than LeBron's players combined.
Well, Sabonis is on LeBron's team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about again?
That's your wife.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll deal with her later.
All right.
That was a joke. That was a joke.
8:45.
All right, D, you out night. We'll be done here shortly.
Yes, sir.
But we appreciate you. That was my college teammate. He played baseball.
What the hell is that?
Your phone
That's
start talking
messed
to
up,
you.
man.
But no, Davey Wells,
That
we
is
go all the way
messed
back to
up.
Paris, Texas. We have fun, and a lot of that fun we cannot just tell.
Not on air.
Can't tell. Can't
Not
tell.
on air.
What happens in Paris stays in Paris.
Boom, 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 boom. Can't tell this.
So I was being proactive. So Zion is not in the dunk contest.
He don't want to blow out a shoe. I don't even.
I mean,
couldn't even tell you who's in it. Honestly, I don't care.
I'm only interested in watching because, and I wasn't really a big Dwight Howard fan, but I like the revamping of Dwight Howard's career. I mean, I like it. You know what I mean?
You know who he reminds me of?
You've been on top, and then you had a hard fall.
He did a hell of a fall.
You had a hard fall.
Then he kind of come back up.
And I see you building back up. You know what I mean? They turned your non-guaranteed contract into a guaranteed contract.
A guaranteed?
A guaranteed.
That's going to the one scenario.
Guaranteed. And there's probably going to be, you might still be on the team next year. You know what I mean? I think he's played himself well.
You know who he reminds me of?
Who?
Robert Horry.
No.
Following it. Chasing it.
No, Robert Horry wasn't chasing. Robert Horry was winning.
He was winning. No, I should say
Big Shot
David
Rob.
West.
Big Shot. David West got his.
A couple of them. I never had no problem with Robert Horry.
Yeah.
He was a hell of a player.
Yeah, Big Shot Rob. Yeah. All right. I know about the party.
Not party. She said panty drawer.
Panty door.
Drawer.
Door. No,
Yes.
there's door.
It is door.
Door. Shh.
I'm done. Shots.
Yeah, the panty door was glorious panties.
I'm sure it was.
No. Oh, those were the college days.
La 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 la.
But anyway, so so I'm looking forward to a pretty exciting All-Star game. The one I would like to watch, but I always seem to miss it, is the Rising Stars, the first and second year players. I think there's a couple Michigan guys playing this year, so that'll be awesome to watch.
Who cares?
3-point contest, hell, I mean, none of the names that you want to see are in it, so, you know what I mean? I'm more really into, when it comes to those little competitions now, I'm really more into, I'm really, 8:45. 8:45 was like 8 minutes ago. No, the skills.
Did you understand what we were saying? Oh,
I don't
she
know.
did.
The skills challenge. I like that part.
I do.
When it comes to these little contests, the 3-point. I think they got something else they changed something with the 3-point. I have to go back and look. I don't remember. Then they changed something where it's like more shots. Or they put like some challenges up.
They used to have
There's
6
5
balls.
racks.
Was it 6 balls?
6 balls on 5 balls on 6. 5 balls on 5 racks.
5 racks. And the last ball was a 2-pointer.
Right.
Thank you, dear.
Gracias.
Hey, you know what? You know who we have with us? We have the wonderful, beautiful Megan behind the bar at Royal Blue Sports Bar, 8201 East Washington Street. Come check us out. Tell Megan the boys from BWSPORTS1 sent you.
Do you see what my wife just put?
Yep. Nope. Hold on. That must be her hall pass.
Yeah, I didn't know it. I thought Dwayne Wade was the hall pass. Well, she's got a eliminated list.
Got a couple.
I got a eliminated list, too.
Don't we all?
Brian Cardinal.
Yeah.
Glenn Robinson.
Buzzard, where in the hell are you, by the way? Our first financial banker should be sitting right here with his fiance watching us. I get this, but you know what? It's Indiana. Suck it up, Buttercup.
And you're a farm boy.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't pave roads. You didn't see a paved road till you were, like, in college.
Y'all seen Amish buggies and crap on the street.
Crap.
I was trying to be nice.
Yeah. All right, so we got 10 minutes, bro.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about for 10 minutes?
It's up to you, man.
I don't know.
What do y'all want to talk about? I mean, we can go through
We
anything.
can give them just a tip.
We can do just the tip.
I don't have it.
You don't have just the tip? You don't have the tip for today?
I don't have a tip for today.
Well, we're not doing the tip for the day, then.
No tip.
He's trying. If and nobody could see this but me right then. He finessed his screen, acting like it was going to do something, giving him some type of idea. It did nothing.
No.
It moved
it didn't do anything.
0 millimeters. It did absolutely nothing.
No, it did nothing.
Let's talk about the Pacers.
Let's talk about the 6-game losing streak.
It was 6, right?
It was 6.
6? Wasn't 5, right? It was 6, right? They've already lost 6 games in a row, right?
John, we're blaming that on your fiance.
Not 5, right? 6,
yes,
right?
6.
Okay.
Yes.
Who told you about that?
Victor Oladipo
No.
told me.
Who told you earlier?
Victor Oladipo.
Hey, no, you're wrong, Dan. It's only 5. Hello. Bullseye.
No, you didn't. You're a liar.
6-game losing streak. They're up by 20 right now. We're in a game that they should be winning. In a game that they should be winning because Giannis is out.
Right.
Take the advantage, like you said earlier. Take an opportunity. Take the advantage of the opportunity given in front of you. Win the game pretty big. The line was only 1.5 points.
See, that lets you know what a true MVP is. When you take that person off of the team and then they suck when they're gone.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's total, obviously. But he took his teammate in the All-Star team.
Yeah. Chris Middleton got a semi-max deal.
Anyway, Victor Oladipo's been back for 7 games now. They won the first one.
He just started starting what, the last 2?
Was it last 2 or last
3?
1?
Last 2, at least
last
2.
Okay. Everybody is saying, and I still can't understand why everybody wants to get rid of Turner. Y'all are idiots.
Top 5 in blocks in the league.
Somebody, hold on here. I don't remember who it was. Somebody said something about, well, that's what Bill Russell was known for. He would block your shot and get your rebound. I'm thinking, who else played with him in that time that was 7'5"?
He
Nobody.
wasn't 7'5".
He wasn't, but he was the giant among little people.
No, I mean, he had Wilt.
Help me out here.
You asked the question.
One person.
I had one. That's what you asked. You said, who the hell did he play? Wilt. Remember, Boston won all the championships.
But somebody was saying when he blocked the shot, he got his own rebound. Okay, well, if I block a shot 6 feet away from me, I expect my teammate to get the rebound.
Right. Why should
Plain
I
and
have
simple.
to block the shot and chase it down
I
at
did
the
my
same time?
defense part.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped the ball from scoring on the opponent's scoreboard. I stopped that. Help out. Get the rebound. Get the defensive rebound now. My teammate should be getting it.
I mean,
not every time. I
get
it.
You got to take Russell out of it because he was obviously the best athlete on the floor for like a generation.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to say. Thank you for ruining my moment, Damon.
But you asked. You know what I mean?
Next time, ask a question. I dare
Wilt
you.
was getting.
I dare you.
Wilt was getting 40 points and 20 rebounds consistently.
Ask me a question. I dare you.
I dare you. I dare you. Who the hell is it?
Oh, yeah, brother.
No.
No, the Pacers, I don't think it's a chemistry thing. I just think that people need to, as Aaron Rodgers says,
relax.
He's been off for, 16 months?
Yeah, just about a year.
A little over a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He blew his leg out, man.
Yeah, he tore his quad. He tore his quad.
Tore his quad from his knee. Every time that dude, and every time, as personal experience, after I blew my knee out, and I go back there that first few times, it's like, man, I don't want this to happen again. I don't want to feel that pain again. I don't want to go through that again. Let him get it out of his system. Let him show himself that his leg is okay. Let him prove to himself in his mind, because at this point it's a mind game that you're playing against yourself.
Yeah, you got to get over those jitters. You know what I mean?
Time.
They got a little false lull of hope when he hit the game tying three. You know, then it's just been sluggish. You know what I mean? You got to work your way back into it. You know what I mean? You can't expect him to come back.
Look at LaFonso. My bad. I just seen LaFonso on the sidelines. He's commentating the game tonight. Good on Notre Dame boy.
It's Smiley.
Yep.
But, you can't expect him to come back and, put up 25 and, whatever just right away. He's going to have to work his way back into the game.
John Wayne, you're giving it. I love it. We're just giving you just the tip, folks. Pacers losing streak is not the beginning of a major slide. Relax.
Yeah. It happens. Teams win a couple in a row, they lose a couple in a row. I think the only team this year that is not going to go on a long game losing streak is Milwaukee.
Yeah. Nobody in the East is touching them right now.
Nah, I still
now,
like.
Unless
if
Giannis goes down, whole nother story.
I still like Boston.
I still think you're weird.
Yeah, I still like Boston.
I'm not a Boston fan. I just don't like Boston.
Those guys, there's no ego there. There was a team full of players that got one common goal. They've all bought into the Danny Ainge, Brad Stevenson's program. They got no,
Did you just say Stevenson?
Brad Stevens, yes.
You said son.
Stevenson's.
He used to call me Stevenson all the time. I'm like, who in the hell are you talking to?
You misunderstood Stevenson when I was saying Stevens. I like to call you Stevens. The Stevenses. But anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, so, suck it.
Another wrestling reference right there.
I don't, best catchphrase.
That? Suck it?
No.
Really?
No, that was a question.
Oh. Last time you asked a trivia question, I got in trouble for answering.
Because you got finally, you got woo, you got
be the man, you gotta be.
Yeah, there's so many catchphrases. You know what I mean?
Here I got one for you.
Stone Cold said so.
No, I got one for you. Hey, yo, Adrian.
Hey, yo.
Cut me, Mick.
Yo, who do you expect it was going to be? Hey, it's me.
Hey, speaking of cut me, Mick, boxing, there's a big rematch happening, not this weekend, next weekend, so check out next Wednesday night show. We will be getting into the Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder 2 fight. That's happening next Saturday.
Hey, did you hear Fury predicted a second-round knockout?
That's a quick. He better come balls a-blazing.
Hey, man, both of them boys hit hard, and they can end
better come balls a-blazing. They both got a hell of a chin, though.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is. He is the one.
I have a shot.
I am the ass.
And so does he.
And I have a shot. This is Black and White Sports, live every Wednesday night. Royal Blue Sports Bar, 8201 East Washington Street, with 8 TVs. You can never miss the next game again.
7, 7, 6, 8 TVs way.
I don't know what to do, folks.
Yeah, I don't either.
Go over to SRTV right now. Check out the Monsters of Dirt. Checkers and Wreckers Pro Late Model All-Star Race happening as soon as we cop off. We will see you next week, guys. Thank you for helping us get to 3,000 across 8,000 plus across the network. I love it. Damon, what do you got?
Hit us up on the site, inbox either one of us if you want those fabulous BWSPORTS1 black and white T-shirts. It'll be absolutely awesome. And we thank all of you for tuning in to enjoy our crappy sports reporting.
Well, we're not reporters. We're just two guys sitting on the couch in the garage, hanging out, talking shit to each other.
We're in a bar.
Well, we're in a bar tonight. And every Wednesday.
Yeah. All right, so time to go. Bye.
What do we do?
We keep it sporty, Indy.
Pew, pew. Pew, pew. And you know what I'm doing?
Pew, pew,
Hitting the button.
Pew, 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 pew.